Okay, we're going to be going into the intake side, wondering if there may be a vacuum leak or some other unmetered air. I'm going to try and get an orientation here, get the camera going the right direction. That's not trivial. Looking at something that I know the orientation of. Okay, so that is pretty much up and down. Going to be heading into the tube, affectionately known as the bitch tube, and see what we can see down there coming in from near the firewall. Sorry, kind of tough to lower it in there, but I'll come into it. I'm no photographer. Again, this is using a borescope, inexpensive USB camera light. It's got LEDs on it, so unfortunately there's probably a lot of blooming where the light is too bright. Trying to go on both sides of the tube itself. I'm sure it's very shaky. I'll try and hold it stable. It's just, very thin, very wiggly. And I'll try and hold it again. And I don't know what my ability to look up at the top of it would be. Probably not very good, but I'll get low and try and look up there. Heaven knows what we're seeing. I can't look at the location of the camera and the resulting image at the same time. Pull back up and try and record the other under hood things that there may be a potential leak at. Felt pretty good about all of the tubing. I've replaced the intake boot shown out here, and the other hoses, while not necessarily great, never had any bad ones, so I cleaned up and replaced the questionable ones of those. New fittings and everywhere. Looking at the main line of the firewall and the brake booster lines, all seem to be intact. Some I didn't have to touch, so they shouldn't have been any worse before that I touched them, of course. Electrical connector. Again, then looking under here, nothing apparent for having been either disconnected or having a bad connection that would cause a vacuum leak. I'll do a little check for orientation again. Yep, mine's still up. Good. I'll try and come into the exhaust manifold underneath from the front side of the engine. Again, apologies for the wiggling. I'll try and steady that more. Thermostat housing. Bottom side of the front of the intake manifold. Hoses up to dash pots and so forth. Nothing, again, obvious that I can see. I'll try and feed in through some hoses and get to the other edge of the bitch tube. Can't imagine what this look like is going to require. Lots of editing, or you guys are going to get sick at your stomachs. Alright, going to go down and look at some other portions of the underside of the engine. I suspect this will probably look upside down, but there's the base of the bitch tube from another angle, probably at the top of the screen instead of the bottom. And that's it.